Welcome back to the LCS Challengers League once again as we are cresting into our last halftime show here of the day. Day number 2 of week number 7, our last regular season week. I'm Mazel. I'm joined by Desrex and Beatdown Boulevard, the birthday boy. After birthday boy himself got to have a dub in game number 1. Right. APA picking up a big dub against his famous Aurelian Soul, but a very hard-fought game by TLC, but a pretty nice one nonetheless, Beatdown.
Yeah, hard-earned for sure. They showed a lot of activity in the early game. Like, realistically, this is how we know they play the game. They draft for early, and they play it through. They controlled objectives, and realistically, like, they got the ball. They made it look really easy, too. The one in particular was their third Drake, which they kind of just walked 100 Thieves off of. Not even forced. It was kind of like, hey. And they're like, yeah, I know, we're leaving.
Yeah,
and then the Herald was kind of the same thing, and they stole that too.
I was going to mention that as well. Team Liquid's strategy to funnel onto the birthday boy every single Herald that they grabbed and making sure he grabbed out every brick. It worked because, man, that late game damage, you saw that pick on Unforgiven. Yeah. APA was steamrolling.
The one that really got me was during that dragon fight, he did like 70-80% of Tenacity's health. Tenacity ulted, by the way.
Yeah, no big deal, right?
No big deal.
It was actually incredible to see how it kind of came together, but it's also the execution. I know you guys were saying about it in the game itself, but it was really clean in terms of how they were coming together for TLC. And the question still remains how the competition comes together for 100 Thieves challengers as well. But we'll get back to that conversation in just a little bit because we know that the challengers are challenging LCS. Well, I'm challenging Art because Art is absolutely challenging. And now I may not be the greatest artist, but I dabble. Kind of like Joshi's GFX Productions. It's Mazel's art studio.
Hey, you got some painting skills on the Warhammer figurines. I think that translates a little bit.
Yeah. Translates a little bit. But I have drawn some pictures here to represent some themes of the game. We'll talk about what those themes mean once I bring up these photos. But the first and foremost one has to be a little bit of fun. And it was something that I find interesting because...
That's so
you're laughing because you're laughing at the fact you're laughing at the fact that it's just like a really wonderful drawing, not
immaculate.
Anything else, right?
No,
like
of course not.
Okay, just wanted to make sure that we were all on the same page. No, but it is Bradley's wonderful Malphite pick, and he also chose the Shamrock skin.
Yeah,
so that was one of my first skins I ever got.
Oh, really?
It was. It was indeed.
Very, very old school skin.
Yes.
A lot of their old school skins were kind of just recolored skins before Crocus became a theme.
Now, I will say
one of them.
There was a theme on the game. Aurelian Soul had the green chroma. You also had the Renekton toy skin. It's green. I don't know if they got caught together conversation.
I wonder if that was a conversation, yeah.
Probably
Team synergy needed in every level.
Team synergy.
See, I don't know. I'm not a pro player, but if I was on a team, I would be doing stuff like that.
Right?
Yeah. But like, guys, we got to have the same logo.
Yeah. Shout out to Bradley playing Malphite, though. Expanding that champ pool a little bit. Now we're going to move to the second picture. Because it's the birthday boy.
Hey.
We aren't able to physically give APA a birthday cake, but I made him a birthday cake. So I hope you accept this, Ian, as a wonderful NACL birthday gift. Here is your wonderful cake. It is Team Liquid Honda Challengers themed with a little bit of pink icing. I don't know what it tastes like, but there you go. There's your gift.
Blue. It tastes like blue as
My
well as
favorite
pink.
Ooh, that seems like a cliff you probably don't want to go down.
Lulu is not a fan. That's all I can say.
Wait, why?
Because her
Lulu
whole thing
says
was
it
that
tastes
tasted
like
purple and that's not purple. Yeah, there you go.
Well, see, you got a little bit of flames. We have to have Ian blow out the flame. Hold on, let me see. Can we have him retroactively blow out the flames? Is that gonna happen?
Do you got an eraser?
Let's
you
see,
just take it off the top.
Yeah, no, that's not the right color. All right, hold on.
Maybe white.
We have it here. I got it.
You use the square tool and just take it all. Okay, that works.
Whoa!
Happy birthday,
Eric clap. Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, where's your song rendition? What, you don't care about APA, but you care about Beatdown? Like, come on.
I appreciate it. But also that's messed up, Eric.
Well,
it's beat.
as I said, again, moniker is art is challenging, so I'm sorry for your eyes. But this is so far what my artistry has kind of gone to. Yeah, I thought the accents on the icing was really important.
And I like the lines to give us like the reveal feel, you know? I see what you're doing
celebration.
there. Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on to the next one here because this one is a true work of art. Look at the beauty of that. I don't think I need to say anything. I think this is one where you just have to sit there in front and contemplate for hours at a time because it's just so thoughtful, thought-provoking.
Yes. This is that kind of art
what could this possibly be?
Alters your brain chemistry, you know? Like, obviously, it's pretty as Aurelian Soul. Man. True to his name, like, that is a pretty picture.
It is. It's exactly. See, you got the comment on the other side that kind of looks like an eyeball. And, you know, that's just an essence. I was just happy to see Aurelian Soul. It was hilarious to me that Pretty was like, I'm taking this into APA. He didn't have as much fun with it, but for sure it was something to be proud of.
Beautiful, man. It's absolutely beautiful. You know what? Mm-hmm. If
the eye accents, it's like the blue on the outside, teal on the inside. Man, you see, there's flying. So much there.
How do you do it?
Why isn't the real champion splash art just not this? Like,
right?
Literally.
Come on, Riot.
Hey, Riot, I'm right here. I was just saying.
You allowed random fans to do the original champions for the 10th anniversary, but you don't allow this exquisite artwork any day of the week.
We're going to keep moving down the artist challenging pathway here to the last one where the artist took a little bit of liberty with how it was represented. So let's see how that exactly unfolded. So we're going to see the first breakdown of this. There seems to be something going on. But the biggest, where your eyes immediately go to, where everything is drawn to, Chadley, Bradley, the 2 Chains master, confusing, befuddling 100 Thieves, if you will.
That's the question. This was before the Baron, right?
It was before the Baron.
That was so crazy, actually, because
so good.
We saw them. I was like, oh, they're doing the Baron. Surely they know. And they're just looking at Bradley. And I will add real quick, the target selection from 100 Thieves was kind of whack that game. Like, they actually would throw everything at Bradley. It's almost like Malphite had a taunt and never told anybody. It was crazy.
Yeah, Bradley was just standing there telling them a story, going over
with his Shamrock Malphite skin,
Once upon a time when I was
bring back this guy, bring back this guy, say hi,
Hey, you know what?
I should have I should have copy and pasted him into that instead. I think this drawing deserved
I'll say this. If Bradley ever retires from competitive play, maybe he's got a career in acting with how convincing he was over towards the Dragon.
True. It happened multiple times. He was duping 100 Thieves, but honestly, it was good macro decision making, kind of decisiveness from Team Liquid. And while art is indeed challenging, the LCS challengers themselves are challenging the threshold, especially Team Liquid, of this series. And I think 100 Thieves are going to be reeling a little bit from that hard-fought loss, but themselves maybe trying to redraw the drawing board here, Beatdown.
Yeah, go back to it, redraw the board, just basically start from as square one as you possibly can, because it's definitely worth a revisit there. I think realistically, more than anything else, 100 Thieves draft that game was fine. I didn't have any issues with it. The problem was, it was good. Like, the problem ended up being the early game and the fact that, I mean, they weren't able to really keep the game slow. Because when you have a comp that outscales, you don't need to fight. You don't need to really do anything. Even fight for early Drakes. You just need to minimize your losses. But they were not able to do so. TLC's early game, it was too clean, too decisive, and 100 Thieves just couldn't keep up.
How do you see them bounce back from this one real quick, Deserex? Do you see any PowerPoints coming through here for 100 Thieves?
I don't know. This is a little bit tough for me because, to some regard, the Thieves didn't get to practice as much as they would like to due to Sniper having those health problems. I believe they only had like 2 scrims last week because of that.
That's true.
And you have to put Tenacity in on a dime to be able to operate with the team. And it does change a little bit about the way this team works. I know, sure, it's an LCS top laner. It is what it is. But Yukino does play a lot to the early game of his solo lane. So I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm curious to see what they are planning up.
Well, guess what? We're about to find out what they're planning out. As the Thieves have hatched a master plan to take away their last game of the split here. We'll see if they can do that. We're headed over to draft for the final game.
Right, farewell, Don Mazel. I'm still calling you that, by the way. Every time you have that button undone, that's all I can see. That's all I can see. I just want him on a big leather chair being like,
You come to me the day of my daughter's wedding. He's saying it in our ears, too. You love to see it.
It was his wedding last Friday, by the way. I just want to give another little
Yes,
shout out to that.
congratulations to them.
Congratulations to Mazel. But let's get into the game now and what we have on the table. 100 Thieves Challengers looking for that bounce back. Where do you think they find it, B? Now that I've already been asked.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I was asked before you, but I'll go ahead and reiterate it because draft really isn't the problem. If you're struggling with a scaling comp, we might see them go for something with more early game agency. It's really the only thing I can imagine them changing up in the early game. I think the thing I was really good for TLC also was that Karma pick. On the it was Destiny who had Karma. Never mind. Basically, what I'm trying to say is 100 Thieves could run the same draft and could win the game. Maybe you put Renekton instead of Renekton, Cho'Gath.
There.
Sure. Wow,
Wasn't
our first
bad
pick
last
draft.
draft.
It wasn't bad. I mean, it's not bad any draft, but it wasn't bad that draft either, if we want to be specific.
So I'm curious why this first pick of the Rakan. It does deny it from the Xayah, which TLC instantly did grab it back. I'm curious if it's more of a game plan to take away tools from Kim Down, as Kim Down in specific to me was a player that was brought onto Team Liquid, and we had a lot of questions about. But he has been a good engager for this squad. He's been developing well under Team Liquid's flag. Taking away one of those tools is a good response for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I mean, Kim Down, he's new to this level of play. Honestly, pretty new to competitive overall. Has had some collegiate experience.
UCI.
And UCI briefly subbed for Team Pending during their Proving Grounds run, as short as it was last split. And now in Academy. TLC something in him. And so far, he's had some good looks this split. And that's why he's someone who I'm keeping an eye out on for the future.
I'm also disappointed in another regard because you said you were going to concede last game if Arrow got kills with that.
Sorry, you didn't bring it up. You forgot.
I did forget. It is what it is. Arrow's already locked into Xayah.
That's right. Sorry, I don't make
sad.
the rules. Yeah, I just, I definitely remembered.
What about this next hover coming in here? Of course, you can't fall for the hovers. Okay,
but
now
it's locked in.
Locked
so that's
in
it.
now.
So Asol's out of the picture. Interesting thing is, APA has been blinding this pick a lot. Usually, I'm surprised you're waiting till later to pick a support, but it could be something they fear getting banned away. And it's a pick where, again, like APA, Team Liquid as a whole, early mid-game focus. So something like a Talia, something like a Rise, where you have an ult where you can get out of lane, make the map move, and have that impact is very important for them.
And it technically denies Pretty that pick as well. Pretty, back when he was on Immortals with Arrow, by the way.
He was the Talia player.
Yeah, he was the Talia player last summer. Very, very true to that regard. So a nice takeaway. And it's just nice because it means that 100 Thieves have to find different ways to play the map. They're not going to have that weak jump around. Second phase of the draft, Syndra and Nautilus found a way thus far.
Right, and that makes sense. The Nautilus especially because that's like the go-to in terms of engage for players so far. And you want to remove that from Kim Down because the Rakan isn't there. I'm expecting still a different kind of all-in so far because, I mean, Bradley, we've seen him on a lot of tanks and things like that. Cho'Gath, good ban. Respect. Still, a lot of options for TLC in terms of top, engage, things like that, support as well. But the thing is, you could go range support, but then I really need to see a tank topside.
They teased you for a moment there, Beat. I saw that. I saw that Leona hover.
No, they didn't. You're lying.
They hovered Leona for a split second and switched it to Renata, man. I'm sorry.
I don't believe you. I don't believe
you. Don't get your Leona.
It.
I don't get my Draven. All right.
You know what that was? That's probably production because that's probably.
Yeah, sure. Cope. Next pick coming. All right, we got a lot of engage coming out, both with Sejuani and the Rakan. Now we need to get the team fight to really come together. Gonna have some good control with the Orianna locked in by 100 Thieves.
Right, you're also denying a combo. Ori Wukong would be, or rather, APA already has Aaliyah, but never mind. But it's a good combo overall with the Sedge. Shockwave, we've seen this champion got buffed on this patch, was already good before, is seeing a little bit of play. And this is an opportunity for Pretty, who plays a lot of mages, to have that team fight impact. Earlier is worth noting because last game, he was playing Asol, was waiting to scale, waiting to be like the 20-30 minute hyper carry, didn't have that opportunity. Now, 100 Thieves, much more agency in this game.
Yeah, Yeah, much more, especially the Orianna. I just love that pick as it comes to a champion kit as a whole. I think it's one of the more better defined champion kits from the early days. And it's always been really strong. I feel like people just kind of forget that Orianna exists with how many new tools that we get every now and then.
Shiny.
Ooh. And speaking of shiny, one of those newer champions at least. Newer, not new. TLC gonna lock in the Gwen. We're in the top side for Bradley.
That's an interesting one. I mean, good matchup. Gwen is that kind of tank buster that you hope for into something like a Scion. But it also means that TLC have this composition where you have all-in tools, you have ways to start fights, you have Kim Down's ult, you have the Wukong, of course, to start things off, and even the Weaver's Wall, depending on the situation. But it's more anti-dive than anything else. Like Gwen, really good at absorbing dives because of her Hallowed Mist. You have Renata, because of her ult and her kit. It's also kind of hard to dive. Xayah loves to kite, everything like that. So this is a different look for TLC, especially good against 100 Thieves, who have this comp with more agency this game. Now Pretty, from level 6, soon as it's Rift Herald time, we're going to see a lot of skirmishing come through on 100 Thieves side, and they'll have more chances to get involved in this game instead of waiting for, 20-25 minutes.
100 Thieves to me have one of the most standard comps. I think that it is one of the more... I don't know how to put this. It's kind of... just black and white. This is your comp. This is what it does. And it does these things really well. It's flexible in the way you can take engages. It's flexible in the way you can take skirmishes. You challenge a lot towards these neutral objectives. I think it's definitely a great take for them. Unfortunately, Twitch chat does not agree with me, as 100 Thieves not exactly rooted for. Team Liquid getting 86% of the vote. Again, spam in Twitch chat who you think you're going to root for, but I think the birthday boy is going to win out on this vote.
I mean... that first game was convincing. So I can't say I blame Twitch chat. That's something I don't say often. So you enjoy that freebie there, Twitch chat. But overall, you're right, Eric. Fact is, 100 Thieves, a lot more agency in this earlier game. And that's, I need to see them actually use it. Because we've seen teams on the day not be proactive, especially with comps like these, and against someone like TL with what they showed last game, that just can't happen. You're going to get 2-0'd.
Now, as we get into the early stages of this, I want to ask you a question completely unrelated to anything that's going on right now. Is there a champion that still feels new to you that when you think about it, you suddenly feel incredibly old?
I've been playing since season 10, so that doesn't...
Oh,
yeah.
You're a babby.
I'm a League Zoomer, but I'm an IRL boomer, Like, I've only known League of Legends with Dragon Souls. Think about that.
Oh, man. Yeah, I remember the old days of the Money Drake. I was going to say, for me, it's Zoe. Zoe still feels new to me, and
really?
Not new, man.
Is it because she's not common?
No. It's just there's so many champions. I started this game back on the Yorick patch when Season 1 came out, so many champions eventually just kind of jumbles together. As already this level 2 coming out from Team Liquid, we'll use it to continue pushing in to Destiny Unforgiven.
Right, and this is what I was kind of referring to with the range top lane angle, range support angle, for Kim Down. You do get that lane priority, and because of the individual power of Drakes, how important dragon stacking is, that's a big deal for TL. You can see APA getting pushed mid as well, and that contention for push over this mid and bottom side of the map is super important, not only for objectives, but for a little bit of invading. We see Mir doing it's just for vision, but it spooks Yukino a little bit. He's like, whoa, what's going on?
Monkey in my jungle. I mean, what do I do about it, man? Guys, come on, help me out here.
He look at that, like, he doesn't even back now. Now he just decides to walk all the way back up to the top side.
I love it right there. Oh, that is just so wholesome now. Mazal drew you a birthday cake for the cast today. And right there, camera right on him, APA, getting some harassment on Birdie.
All right, birthday buff reigns supreme. Team Liquid Challengers. Still looking like so far, it is still early. They are in control in this early game. But if you want to join the conversation, get your tweets featured on the stream. Use the hashtag NACL on Twitter.
And?
Maybe we get to talk about, oh yeah, and of course, the more important hashtag, Kangas is bald.
Yeah, throw those hashtags up. They show up on the broadcast, and we do love to talk about them when they do come up here. Yeah, I thought about it a little bit more, Beat. The reason why Zoe feels newer to me is because back in the old days of League of Legends, you had a new champion like every 2 weeks, dude.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of nuts how quickly they were released.
I actually genuinely thought the current like champ release schedule was already a lot. I didn't even realize it used to be faster.
We had to calm down at a certain point, and we would have had like 300, 400, 500 champions if we still went with that.
What a game this would be. I actually don't think I would ever try to cast this game. If there were 300 champs, I would just be like, nah, I'm good. Y'all can have that.
Yeah, good luck balancing that. That'd be a nightmare.
That too. I mean, we're going to get there eventually. No. So far, there's no end in sight, right?
Looking towards this top side as conversation comes back, because Mir is looking at Tenacity, and it looks like a little bit tasty. Maybe a kill to be picked up. Mir hops in. Tenacity does have Flash available, so not going to be in the greatest threat. Doesn't even need to burn it. Will survive without burning sums.
Discipline. Will have to blow the teleport early and come back, but I mean, ultimately doesn't really lose anything for it. Big thing too, Mir showing up topside, there's that opportunity for Yukino to start the dragon and right on schedule. He's just gonna go ahead and take that one down instantly. Oh, actually, take it back. He wants to invade. Nope, he wants to go for the play. Yukino, you're taking me all over the place here, man.
Yukino just purposely trying to troll you. We'll still find that gank. Gotta came down. The knockup comes through, and first blood picked up for the Thieves. Unforgiven being the recipient.
I mean, that's a big punish. You didn't need to even walk into the river there. As soon as your jungler shows topside, you should know you're vulnerable. Zero and Kim down. So you get caught out. You get first blood onto Zeri, of all people, which is a big thing. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. But I'm going to keep talking about the game. 100 Thieves, first blood on Zeri. You'd love to see it. Early game agency, all that yada yada. Yukino getting close to level 6 means this top side battle for the Rift Herald that I was alluding to is going to come through. That should favor 100 Thieves.
I'm still enjoying myself.
I bet you are. Just wait till I see you at LCS finals. We're throwing hands.
It was like a different kind of caster curse there. Everything you said Yukino was gonna do, Yukino does something different.
I just, it happens. The kid, I can't keep up with the kids anymore. We'll go with that.
Yeah. Their brains going a million miles a minute. They're thinking about so many different plays as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. That's the excuse we have here. They don't even know what they're doing until they're there.
You know what? You want to feel old, Eric?
Yeah, I already feel old, but sure.
No, you want me to like ruin you though? You're twice Yukino's age. I think I broke him.
Ow.
All right, solo cast time. I may have killed Eric inadvertently. Yeah, sorry, buddy.
That hit right in the heart. That was too far beat down.
You said hit me. We have proof. I'll get the clip.
I said hit me, not shoot me, bro.
Okay, you're right.
Rocket launcher on me.
Sorry, we do a little bit of overkill, last game of the day. We're getting loopy. But who's not getting loopy? Ooh. Neither of these teams, of course, bringing it back.
Back.
Yeah, exactly.
APA's birthday.
Yeah, that too. Happy birthday, APA. And
birthday too.
It's fine. We've already said that. Overall, things have gone really slow. Again, Rift Herald, the big thing I'm looking for. So far, everyone's been ignoring Dragon number 1. I mean, Rift Herald. Both these teams have agency, want to snowball the game a little bit, but it seems like nobody wants to actually go for this Herald on 100 Thieves side. It's just going to be Mir. Because of all that top prio, all that mid prio he's gotten from APA and Bradley, respectively, trading very aggressively, taking advantage of their matchup. Means that is a big tool to play for.
He's 16, man. He's 16. I'm stuck on this. That's it. This is the rest of the cast. It's me having an existential crisis.
Okay, you have so much life left to live.
It's all right. I started playing League when I wasn't this old. It's all right. Dragon taken now.
Yeah.
400 Thieves. Early game still going well for the Thieves.
Yeah.
Not well for me, but well for the Thieves. That's what matters the most.
Exactly. We take those. And
I don't.
Okay, you will this time. Just for now. Okay. Do it for 100 Thieves, okay?
Do it for them, man. Do it for them.
Do it for the Thieves. Good, man. That's what I like to hear. Bradley, of course, just taking advantage of that counter matchup topside. It's just been a constant point of pressure here for the side of TLC. And APA, dude, he's had Pretty's number all game. When he's on camera, he hasn't missed a seismic shove. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, APA is fantastic on the Talia. And, you know, there's a thing about people who are really good about certain champions. Usually they know a lot of these smaller things, these nuances that are going to come through, but not going to get read out. APA instead will just start brutalizing Pretty in this 1v1 matchup and getting the better of it. I mean, he is level 8 now, so I'm going to be wondering, when does that Weaver's Wall come down? When are we going to see the roams of the Talia?
Right, it's been a lot slower in early game than I was expecting, all things considered.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go. Right as we talked about it, they gave us a little something to be happy about.
Sums.
Oh my god,
ultimate
nice
use.
flash.
That is beautiful right there. It's going to stop any escape that Tenacity had, and Bradley will receive the kill.
Unreal from Mir. Just anticipating the ultimate from Tenacity. Try and escape. Is that now Bradley, Mir, they get to take down some turret plates as well, get some gold into this Gwen's pocket, because not only do you have Arrow, APA, these big damage dealers, you also have this Gwen to deal with.
Oh, dive onto the birthday boy. Beat down, you know how it is. When it's your birthday, you got to get punched a few times in the arms. That's what the Thieves are going to do to APA mid.
Yeah, some birthday beats. It be how it do. But of course, that attention does mean that more gold. Going over to TLC's pockets overall, this Gwen will be a problem. Because realistically, hard to deal with her unless you are committing a lot of CC. Things like that Glacial Prison, the Shockwave. And you have to make sure that W, the Howled misses down as well. Otherwise, I mean, she just kind of eats all that up. No problem.
I mean, last Proving Grounds, I remember, I think his name was Loki, going crazy on the analyst desk over Gwen is immune, Gwen is immune, Gwen is immune! Just drove the poor guy nuts, but, I mean, that's
a good champ.
Gwen for you.
That is indeed Gwen for you. Good champion. When she's ahead, especially, and in drafts like this. And overall, Team Liquid is slower of a game than we saw in Game 1, but they still find themselves because of that Herald play. Up about 1,000 gold. 100 Thieves, on the other hand, they still have a lot to be playing for, and more than anything else, they have that first Dragon Arrow. And it means that they can Dragon Stack, pick up those individual stats that each Drake gives you.
Whoa.
Yes.
Hey, what's going on top side? I just saw Bradley chase Tenacity past his own turret.
Oh, I have no idea what... His ult's not on cooldown. Oh, he, you know what it was? Tenacity went to proxy to give himself that opening to see on the minimap. Ooh.
All right, well, here comes the fight. Destiny looking to find him down, comes up short. Now 100 Thieves still looking for the fight, though. Good chance right here. Hostile Takeover comes out, only lands on the Destiny Arrow, still bringing in a lot of that damage. Able to put out the ultimate. Featherstorm goes down, but Unforgiven not going to be worried whatsoever. Not positioning around those feathers. Thieves will slide out.
And nice and easy. And nothing unless...
Oh, ultimate onto APA. But APA will take it in stride. Hits him on the chin. It's all right. Been working out. I can deal with that.
Ignoring the thought of how you work out your chin, I like that activity from 100
That's Captain Flowers.
Fair enough. 100 Thieves, they're still looking for angles. They're still trying to make play. Arrow?
Whoa! Holy moly,
What's going on?
Team Liquid. They're galloping in the mid lane and taking down the Thieves in their stride. Bradley's going to survive as well. What the heck?
Every time we try to say things have been slow, nothing's going on, the teams want to prove us wrong. So I'm going to keep saying nothing's going on so that the action keeps up. You keeping up with me, Eric? I think that's a good plan. But yeah, jokes aside, Team Liquid Challengers, they're finding these angles. And again, it's Bradley finding these moves in between turrets, and not just Bradley. Arrow as well, taking angles you usually never see an AD carry take. And it's just these plays, constant and resourceful. And 100 Thieves just don't appear to be prepared for it at most of these times.
I mean, that's Arrow for you, man. The dude has a wealth of experience. He's a legend. Let's face it. There's no other way to really word it right there. But all that experience now being utilized alongside some of this developing talent. I've always liked Arrow for that, because he did the same thing with the old wildcard roster, right? He was.
That's right, with Adaption, right?
Yeah. Not just played on that roster, but was a positional coach, I believe he was, for that. So always being within developmental spaces. I think that's a great thing, even for a lot of the talent that it feels like their prime, quote unquote, may have gone by the wayside. They can still use that to bring up the next generation, and I think Arrow has been a mix of both, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's a cool thing to see because there's so many avenues for players post the actual pro career. I mean, there's broadcast, because we've been trying to include players on the broadcast as well too, and yeah, it's coaching, like you had mentioned too, Eric. So a lot of cool things for our players to do, and the best part is they get to still play today.
Yes, they do. Seismic Shove doesn't land on Pretty. Pretty running away now from APA has the safety of Yukino. And with that, control comes out to Team Liquid once again as we've headed over towards this 14th minute. It seems like something's boomed within Team Liquid as they just get control of this map.
Right, and realistically, like, they've had it the whole game. They had a comp pushing all 3 lanes, and although there were some opportunities to punish, particularly on the bottom side of Team Liquid, realistically, they've been in control of the map the whole time, and it's just been this slow bleed out for 100 Thieves. They haven't been able to do much. They've been able to stack these 2 Drakes, and that's the biggest thing for them here.
Arrow gonna step away beautifully. Gets stunned up. Unforgiven's got to get there quickly to get that damage going, but APA has arrived. Unforgiven dashes over the wall. And great movement coming out from Arrow to sidestep that ultimate of Yukino.
Right, and it looked like it was a bit of a blind one too. Yukino had to do a bit of reaction, do a bit of guessing, and unfortunately wasn't able to hit the mark. The other thing too, second Herald out of the picture, and we're seeing kind of a repeat of before. All that attention bot side gives that opportunity top side, but Mir doesn't actually want to take it. It has to go down for the next dragon, so you can't do that. The time-old strat of drop it mid right before dragon spawns, but mid is still where I'm looking because realistically this mid-tier 1 is still up and available for 100 Thieves, and TLC really need to get that out of the picture so they can really focus on setting up deeper vision.
Here's to see how much health it has. You do see it low on the mini-map at the moment, the mid lane turret. Because if you can take it with just a pretty strong push, now the 100 Thieves mid lane turret can go down a little bit lower right there.
Almost there?
We're almost there, we're almost there. There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you... I love our observers.
Me too.
So this is something you can play around if you want to take that brick without using the Rift Herald, if they're able to find something there and try and out-rotate 100 Thieves. The thing is, Thieves are going to be defending towards that side. Still 2 minutes before Drake does come up. If Mir wants to go for that play, you can still set it down into the mid.
Right, and even though probably will be down at the time Dragon spawns, it's still up for a while, so Mir has a lot of time to decide where he wants to be dropping that one exactly. So far, it's this hover between mid and bot, but him showing mid is alone for Yukino to be that nuisance. Speaking of nuisance, Bradley is in your area.
Oh, Bradley right there. Destiny spots him out and tells the rest of the team, gives them the warning bell. Turret will go down in the mid lane, however, without the utilization of that Rift Herald on top of it, so Mir gets to save it elsewhere.
Right, and elsewhere surely just means bottom side. You're getting close to the point where you need to start setting up for the Drake. Got to start resetting, set your gold and everything, and that's why I like what 100 Thieves are doing. Especially Tenacity, just going in there, setting up some vision, doing some harass onto APA. He can't actually steal the buff, but some vision I think is very important, because if you look on 100 Thieves side of the map, well, TL have a lot of vision set up there, Eric. A lot.
They do have a decent amount really pushed in. Like you say a lot, I say decent. It's contradicted completely. But no, it is a lot established. It definitely is a lot established. I think at this moment, we're just kind of losing our minds. I think even our observers are losing their minds, getting a little sassy.
How dare you? Our observers are fine.
They're fine. They're fine. I love them.
Just for that, put a mustache on Eric after this game. Can they even do that? I don't know.
I have a mustache already, B.
Put a fake French mustache on him.
You know what? I could go for a curly one. I think I would rep it well, B.
You would. I'm not even trying to make fun of you. Just trying to make you look funny.
Trying to make me the new Braum. I will take Kangus's cosplay.
Yeah, tell me that wouldn't bring you so much joy.
Oh, ultimate not going to land on APA again. That's the second one he's able to slide on by, and Yukino going to be down one of the major engages for Thieves.
Yeah, and it's a risk that I respect that Yukino's been taking both games, but going for the play before the dragon, especially when you're behind, is a good way to guarantee that objective. And this would have been the soul point. Cloud Soul could have done a lot for 100 Thieves, but the soul point isn't there anymore. And I like the pivot. Instead, they move mid, take that turret, get some of that gold in their pockets, and they just walk back to their side of the map. It's really all they have. And to their credit, they've kept the gold deficit pretty minimal here. Yeah. It's like 1,000 gold
just
in favor of TLC. It's not a lot.
So I want to ask you, Beat, since the gold lead is so minuscule at the moment, we got 3 turrets apiece, 2-to-1 dragons. I'll ask you after this next play to come through, because APA in a little bit of trouble.
Wow.
Teleport now being channeled out of Bradley. Beautiful timing on that seismic shove, denying the Arctic assault. With Bradley arriving, Thieves will be empty-handed.
All right, so hit me with that question. I'm ready.
Oh God, what was the question?
Something about even gold, basically.
Oh. Since the gold is basically even right now, and the game state is a little bit more on the even side, who do you think is winning out the most out of this current game state?
So, if we talk nameplates off, looking at drafts, I like 100 Thieves draft more. Because it's simpler, easier to execute, you have a lot of great teamfight tools, and you have Unforgiven, who's reached 2 items ahead of Arrow. So you're in a position where team fighting, as long as you avoid things like the seismic shove, the cyclone, you have a lot of damage that you could be putting into the side of TLC. You have a lot of space you can create for the Zeri. And that's why I would lean more towards them, and I'd favor them. But what we're seeing from TLC is their comp is a little harder to execute, but it's really good at absorbing dive. And they've been doing a pretty solid job so far in these skirmishes doing that. Yeah. And the thing is, even though that's been the case so far, 100 Thieves could very well find an angle that they'll very much like. Kind of like that.
Oh, 100 Thieves, you called it, and it will come true, but Team Liquid will try and find a bounce back. They've arrived too late. They lost him down. Tenacity now arriving in the mid lane via teleport. Gets knocked up by the Cyclone. Will not continue the engage.
So, that top wave, someone has to answer it, and with only Kim Down being the one out of the picture, 100 Thieves don't feel comfortable going for the Baron. I would have liked to see a kind of force, just because of the fact that it's 4v5, and that's your way to really take control of things, but they opt to play it safe, back off. And that could come back to bite them. We'll have to see.
Still pick, it's still gold nonetheless. And let's take another look at how this did follow through. I mean, Yukino's been looking for plays for quite some time now, and this one kind of presented itself.
Yeah, it was nice and easy. You caught them in a bad time, like unlucky timing. Big thing though, Kim Down falls with Flash. Maybe expecting the Wukong clone would eat the Glacial Prison, but that was not the case. Ultimately, it does give you space on the map, especially on the top side, to set up vision and to do this, make a play on APA. If APA goes down, that's a Baron for 100 Thieves.
They've been trying so hard to take him down, but look at that APA.
Spellbook.
He has the spellbook, he takes the cleanse, and he gets away from another Yukino gank. How many is that now, B-Down?
That's got to be at least 4. He is so hard to pin down, and even though he won't have cleanse for a while, he didn't need it for the other 3. So it's been a lot of pressure that he's absorbing, while you look at Bradley on the other side. Constantly that thorn in the side lane, the side of 100 Thieves, keeping these wave pushed in, forcing Tenacity to answer. We're getting close to a point where, with Tenacity not having the teleport for some time, we could easily see a play from Bradley, pressuring this bottom side, having the Baron start, having him teleport in.
Yeah, this Gwen... it's not been the quietest in terms of scaling, and will become more of an issue for the Thieves to deal with, more specifically in the team fight phase. Like, Gwen brings so much splash damage, man, and if you're bundled up and Gwen is fed, she can bring that damage right over your team. They're looking to take that damage down. 100 Thieves. He's going to teleport over to the bottom lane, but Baron has been called by Team Liquid. Bradley's going to play interference.
Yeah, I don't like that call. That is desperation, and it's going to make them pay. Bradley TPs, and he gets there before they can. Even with the Scion ult coming through, they're just out of there. That is a crucial misstep for the side of 100 Thieves, and it allows TLC to break the game wide open. Now they find themselves in the lead. Now they have more gold to spend, and it was once again the Bradley mind control on the bottom side of the map.
Yeah. Yukino has been looking for plays, constantly trying to seek them out. You know, I give credit, all the credit in the world for Yukino doing that, but Team Liquid have read him so well, have set up these positions so well, and they'll continue doing that. Cyclone comes out as the team fight begins, but quickly, 100 Thieves disengage.
And this vision setup's so important. Even with empowered recalls, 100 Thieves walk straight down. They need to burst this dragon, so they have something to play for, Eric. The problem is, they're gonna have to fight.
Oh. Here we go. Ultimate burnout of Yukino lands onto nothing. Bradley starting to get low. Gets a lot of that damage in. Also, takeover goes off. Oh, it doesn't come fast enough. Here comes the Feather Storm of Arrow. Will take down Yukino. One returned by APA. Arrow looking to back off. Has the payback. Needs to get the kill quick. Doesn't get it in time. Tenacity will take him down. The 100 Thieves will lose Destiny. They'll lose Yukino. They get back Bradley and Arrow.
This is what I'm talking about. The team fight from 100 Thieves is still good, even from a deficit. But the even trade is not as even as it seems because Yukino out of the picture means no smite. That's why APA came down. It's slow. They're going to be able to get this dragon with mere smite, but 100 Thieves, they're not going to make it easy.
Tenacity steps up, gets caught by the seismic shove. Again, there is no smite, so he's looking to bring the damage to get the kill off of Unforgiven, showing up to the back half of the fight, and the Thieves will take down Team Liquid.
That's a huge play. You get the dragon for yourselves. There's no steal potential. And now you have your Dragon Soul win con once again for 100 Thieves. Big comeback after a brutal misplay.
Yeah, big right there, and brilliant on Tenacity. We'll get back to that because we got to review the fight that unfolded right before.
Right, and Yukino constantly looking for plays, and the big thing with that is the spacing, because Bradley is on his own and in the perfect position for 100 Thieves to focus him down. And once he's out of the picture and they aren't able to do any damage, it's easy for the rest of this fight to go through here. It's scrappy, it's messy, but ultimately they get who they want, and it sets up for that dragon take.
And I was talking about it just a moment ago, but Tenacity, low health, still goes in because he spots Unforgiven coming from that try. That was great right there for Tenacity. And now it gives 100 Thieves a lot of room to work. They've closed out a lot of that lead that was picked up by TLC a little bit earlier, and really netting in a lot of these objectives. One away from Dragon Soul.
Yeah, and this is a Cloud Soul. And, you know, the memes about Cloud Soul aside, oh my God.
Yeah. If you get caught, you go down. Team Liquid will find a pick on Yukino.
Huge. And again, it's really worth highlighting how important this Dragon Soul is for 100 Thieves. It's the permanent buff, but, you know, memes about Cloud Soul aside, the movement speed is good. But I'm going to tell you something. It's especially good for 100 Thieves. I'm looking at Unforgiven and Destiny, both champions whose ults rely on move speed. So getting that 50% boost is going to be incredible for 100 Thieves' ability to team fight. And despite the struggles, even with some successes for 100 Thieves, if they get that Cloud Soul, they're in a fantastic spot to win the game.
3 minutes before that Cloud Soul does come up. Might be a team fight timer that we're looking at over on the top left of your screen. As Team Liquid comes off of the respawn to reevaluate the map and get some positioning in, they're going to do it over onto this top side, where they do have a lot of vision into their own jungle. Now going to expand that into the jungle of the Thieves. And we know how Team Liquid are. They are so creative when it comes to setting up a lot of these Baron plays.
Right, they've done a lot of it. And now, with no Baron to play for, 100 Thieves, now this is a good time for you to commit several members to this bottom side, especially if they get Bradley.
Oh, they catch out Bradley. All the Thieves are there. So 4 members. That's a big pickup coming here. And right now, Team Liquid can't chance a base race because Thieves are already inside of yours. APA wants to hold down, but the inhibitor's already done.
That's an incredible play for 100 Thieves. They get themselves exactly what they need to set up for the dragon in 2 minutes. Now they have this bottom lane that's going to be constantly auto-pushing. They don't have to worry about that. They can set up the rest of the map, and it's going to be harder for TLC to get control over that bottom side. 100 Thieves struggles all game, but these last 5 minutes, they've started to bring it back.
Yukino was looking for plays, constantly has been looking for plays, and finally lands one onto Bradley. And this is the bigger thing to me. This is incredible that they got an inhibitor off of that. That's more than just a prime pick. You're getting so much pressure back onto the map into the bottom lane when Baron spawns in 30 seconds.
And look what they're able to do. Again, this bottom wave now auto-pushing, and that's great for two reasons. Set up for the Dragon, but also the Baron that you highlighted, Eric. Because now you have Bradley, who has to keep that pushing, who has to answer, but 100 Thieves can have their perfect 5-man setup on the top side of the map. This Baron is certainly going to be a point of contention.
Look at the Thieves go really deep onto this top side. Team Liquid will know they're there. Sweeping some wards away will be 100 Thieves, but they got Unforgiven. Going for the Siege currently, as well as Pretty into that direction. Scouting out for the time being will be Yukino. The engage tools just waiting for someone to step onto the wrong side of the field. Meanwhile, Team Liquid Bradley will still focus on the side lane push.
Right, and two things that really got to highlight quickly. The fact is, this setup on the top side was earned by the fact that 100 Thieves managed to get themselves to Soul Point, because now... Oh, hold on a second.
APA is here. Weaver's Wall goes right through the Baron, but there's Tenacity. Wants to put the Decimating Smash on APA, who goes gold, and now Arrow on the back line is able to step away from the ultimate of Yukino. Tries to flex it around Destiny. Almost takes down Destiny. The root from Arrow does so much work, and it gives Team Liquid the exact fight that they needed.
Oh, it's from Kim down. The bailout programs comes in so clutch. And now it's Team Liquid who managed to hold strong. They're going to get the Dragon, deny the soul. And 30 seconds is long enough that Baron is still on the table.
Arrow is a damn legend, man. These plays he's able to make, still survives with his life on top of that, and they'll deny the Dragon soul beat down. What a play.
What a play. And it could culminate to more. TLC, they're looking now to clear vision topside. Tenacity doing his best to get the scuttle, but realistically, it isn't good enough. Tenacity actually might be in a lot of trouble too.
Oh, gets pulled right back. Handshake there for Kim down, but the Baron started up by Team Liquid. 9k health remains.
Yukino just spawned.
Yukino's so far away. You're not going to have a smite, so it's going to be a fight. And it's going to be a big one for 100 Thieves, so they want to take this right back, and they're able to find it onto the back line! Down goes Arrow! Down goes Mirror! No more smite for Team Liquid! No more top laner! No more fight! The Thieves will take the Baron and take the lives of Team Liquid!
And they even out the series! That's correct, that is it! You have the Baron, you have the bot push, and long spawn timers! 100 Thieves, it was a rough start, but they end the split off a 1-1.
What in the world? These plays, they flip on a dime beatdown. Yukino did it over in the bottom lane to get this inhibitor in the first place. Now a Baron fight win, and it leads right into the whole damn game, going over to 100 Thieves.
Yukino walking straight into the base. A little bit of a celebratory reward there for a great comeback from 100 Thieves. Again, last game of the split. Managed to end it off on a win. Not bad.
Wow. Wow is all I got to say onto that series. We went 1-1 even. Again, these two ords have constantly just been in the finals, last proving grounds. They were the finals for two of them, as we had mentioned before, and seeing this next generation that we have here from both of these rosters fighting it out and getting it into a 1-1. It's a pleasure to see. It's got to feel good for the Thieves after that game one to even this up.
Right, and we talk about how practice has been a little rocky because of things with snipers held, but they managed to pull it out in the end there. And the big thing too to talk about is Yukino finding, like, it wasn't working out a lot of the time, but in this game too, he was finding angles on the Sejuani. He was finding plays, and especially those last 10 minutes was when 100 Thieves really started to turn around. It was because of those engages he was looking for.
All right, well, congratulations to the Thieves for taking that game at number 2. We're going to throw it over to short break, and we'll have Mazel on the other side with an interview with one of the Thieves.
Welcome back to the Verizon post-game interview. I am joined by the mid laner for 100 Thieves Challengers after a wonderful heist. And I'm here with Destiny. Not mid laner. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I said mid laner. Support for 100 Thieves Challengers after a wonderful heist, Destiny. My man, I got to ask, though. Speaking of maybe mid laner, Did Pretty have any words going against Arrow down in the bot lane? No contested, maybe bot lane back and forth with you in Unforgiven?
I will say the first thing I said to Pretty this morning is we need to win so you can trash talk him. And like Pretty,
let's go.
There is some Immortals banter, and I mean it ended a 1-1, so I guess we'll have to get them in PG.
Hey, that's what it's all about. Love to hear a little bit of that banter back and forth, though, like you're saying. But it was a bit of a comeback for you guys in Game 2. Game 1 was back and forth. Game 2, a lot like that, going even into 30 minutes. How did you guys kind of keep comms tight, especially with some change up to the roster, but specifically the very craziness in the late game objectives?
It was definitely chaotic today, playing with Tenacity. We haven't actually scrimmed with him, so it was kind of the first time playing with him. But we were all on the same page with our players, which was really nice. Obviously, him playing in LCS, he's had the experience of knowing how to play the map. And yeah, it was definitely chaotic, and it was kind of on us veterans to kind of like calm down people and play for the same thing. And I mean, I'm just happy that we won today. The circumstances recently haven't been like too good with our team, and we've all been a bit sick. So I mean, I can't complain with a 1-1, and hopefully we just have a better performance in PG.
Yeah, and I hope that you start feeling better. And speaking of, I did want to give you a little bit of space here to maybe give a little bit of words of encouragement or some positivity to Sniper, who is taking that indefinite leave.
Yeah, get well soon, Ryan. I know you'll bounce back, and it's only a matter of time. So I'm wishing you all the best.
Yeah, and you guys too. I mean, you guys are sounding like you're having a little bit of a hard time. But now, speaking of, you've ended the season. You're at the top of the table here. You were fighting for third coming into the day. It's been up and down, but you've made it to the end. You're here for playoffs now. How does that feel, and kind of how's that journey been for you, Destiny?
To be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed because I kind of expected us to be a top team, like a top team.
Top team.
But in saying that, I think we've made a lot of improvements as a team, and individually, I think it's been a really fun team to be a part of. So I'm really hopeful for PG. I think we can, if we really get our stuff together, we'll definitely be a strong contender. And overall, I'm quite happy, and I'm very grateful for 100 Thieves for building this roster. Yeah, it's just really good to be here.
Now, are there any preparations or thoughts? I know maybe getting a little bit of ahead, but getting to playoffs, do you have any thoughts on meta going into that? Are you guys doing anything special to kind of change up prep?
I think we will definitely show a different team coming into PG. I think right now we are very one-dimensional in the way that we play. So I think given us more time, I think we might have some spicy stuff planned for PG, honestly.
Hey, I love to hear that. Now, I do want to ask you, though, the most important question. It is the end of the regular season. Do you guys have any celebrations? Anything that you guys are going to be doing?
Well, hopefully me and the boys will watch The Last of Us tonight.
Let's go.
Really been enjoying watching it. And yeah, it's actually a really good show. Recommend it to everyone out there who hasn't been watching it.
Do you watch it all together? Is it like a whole bonding?
Yeah, it's a team bonding experience.
Oh, that's so sweet. Is it all at like somebody's house? Y'all do it at the compound?
It's at our apartment. So all the players and the coaches, we all just chill on the couches and we watch. It's good.
Oh,
good vibes.
That's so cool. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I love to hear. Well, hopefully you'll be able to see the newest episode tonight. Now, do you have any shout outs for anybody before I let you go here, man?
Shout out to Tenacity, man, for subbing in. It was last minute, and I mean, some LCS players don't like to drop the ego to play in Academy, you know, so yeah, just thank you for playing Sion. I love it when my top laner picks a tank.
I love it, man. It makes it easy. Well, I appreciate you, Destiny, and thank you so much for talking with me, and what a wonderful regular season. Good luck in playoffs, and I'm going to go ahead and welcome back my analysts, my casters, and our other birthday boy beatdown as welcome back, guys. And what an end to the day, and especially the way that we had kind of that back and forth expected between these two would-be titans of our history in Academy and now Challengers League, Desrex.
Oh, I'm afraid.
I think he's muted.
I did it.
4-1 out.
Okay, yeah. It happens, man. We're on the last game of the day. We already finished it up. It's been a long day. It happens, man. But yeah. When it comes down to it, I'm always excited to see what 100 Thieves and Team Liquid have in store. Yeah, sure, it's a completely different roster from last year in the two finals we had. That's okay, though, because these orgs are really good at developing the talent that they really set their minds to. And this next generation of it is no slouch. They're a lot of fun to watch, and that series was definitely a blast.
It absolutely was. Let's go ahead and bring up these standings now and see where we're at the closeout of day 2 here in the last week of the regular season in NACL. We are getting close. The blob, the clump, anything you want. Still going strong, but a lot of fun here, Beatdown.
Right, and realistically, the clump hasn't changed too much. Fear, CLGC, and 100 Thieves decided, oh, we're going to make our own clump, and it's going to be way cooler than the previous clump. But realistically, we got some small moves. I think the biggest takeaway for me are two things, and it's that Fly Challengers and TL Challengers have moved their way to the left side here. They've made it to top 8, which is a big deal to me because they've spent a lot of the split from 9 to 12. I don't remember exact numbers, but basically on that side. So FlyQuest having that big turnaround since Winsome joined, and Team Liquid really pulling it together towards the end.
Spyrex got a penta today.
I heard. I can't wait to watch that game. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Word, man. I'm sweating a little bit though. I do notice that Dig and Cloud9 have the same win-loss, and they got one more match up ahead. CLGF, now's not the time to pull out anything.
CLGF, if you 2-0 Cloud9, I don't know what I'll do. I'll do something for you.
What do you? I mean, I want to see both of you shave your beards at this point. So,
this isn't about me.
Well,
this
no, I mean
Josh.
Joshi. Yeah, Joshi
okay,
and
okay.
Deserex. Of
Gotcha,
course,
gotcha.
I got you, Beatdown. I got you.
This face,
I should have trusted you.
without a beard is not to be seen.
I need to see it. I need to see it. It would be actually hilarious. But I do want to say thank you all to you two for joining me. First and foremost, thank you, Beatdown, for joining us on your birthday. Happy birthday to you one last time, my friend.
Thanks.
It was a pleasure getting to watch you guys cast today. I want to say a huge thank you to the production team behind the scenes, Cinzia, as well, making us all look so good somehow, some way. And to the players, to the audience, you're all here, and you're the reason why we are. So thank you so much for everything. We'll see you all tomorrow for the final day of NACL 2023 Spring Split in the regular season, and we'll see you back on Summoner's Rift.
Why is it hilarious, though? Clean shaven means hilarious?